Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 9.11. And I'm making this just a few short hours before it is going to be released. So we're going to get to playing. And as long-time viewer said of the last episode, only 18 minutes of gameplay out of an hour video. I know I talked a long time on game development theory and whatnot. So this will be hopefully a very heavy gameplay type. We need an airbase. So, okay, you're attacking into there with there. So let's send in, I think this is, no, these are planes. So, oh, you're still defending it. Oh, need to speed this up a little bit. There we go. Oh, and you also, oh, I've attached them to here, who's still moving towards their new basing. We're going after the mountains. These kind of guys should do better than regular troops. Or, that depends on all the modifiers, but shouldn't be as hindered as much. And the regular troops should do better on we'll wait a moment. I want to wait a day for that to adjust. Infantry tanks forward. This is their last port here through the, well, I guess we can call that a port, sort of. Okay, is everybody here attacking? Yes. Or moving or something. Let's see if we can add another unit here to change some of the outcome. Okay, no, we don't need that. Didn't think we did, but no. Just gotta get our supplies and our resources flowing. I'm not going to attack just yet. We're going to wait a few more forces. Get a little better in place here. Can you fly supplies to there? Yes, you apparently can, so please do. They look like they need some. Yes, okay. Right. Thought I was going to be getting more of the, let's pick a better, more appropriate divisional commander at least. More of the HQs, but we haven't, so, which is fine. Just thinking of heading south, so the winter specialists don't have that much appeal to me at the moment. Been asked about Trickster. We'll give him a promotion. attacking the Soviet Union, and I do think I've mentioned this before, but don't plan on attacking the Soviet Union currently. I know there's one or more people that would like to see that. The big reason I don't, and I don't know that, I don't think they're thinking, just, no, yeah, we just attack now, once China's done or something. I think they're thinking more in coordination once Germany attacks. I really want to play the Pacific War. That's what I really want to do. And if I'm bogged down having to build tank divisions, since we don't have the breakout between naval and regular factories, military factories, since we don't have that breakdown between them, you're looking at need to do. And yes, now I may, and I'm considering it. It all depends on viewership numbers of doing an alt series like I did that one 1940 immediately after taking down Poland, going after the Soviet Union. I may do an alt series, but that is going to be dependent on viewership of both the alt series and the regular series at the time. Viewing numbers have gotten a little better for this once we stopped the Hearts of Iron 4 Japan series. It was just too much Japan all the time. And I know this isn't Germany. Germany gets the best viewing numbers. So if the numbers are just sort of okay for the regular series, I'm not doing an alt series. If the numbers are good for the regular series, I might try an alt series to see if does that dilute from the regular or not. I don't know. But I say don't plan on war with Japan or attacking Russia. But I have said also that if Germany takes Leningrad, Stalingrad, and Moscow, and looks like they're doing well, I might, because at that point, this will probably be mostly just units like these guys, garrison stuff. Or because they'll be moving most of everything else west. And of course it would help the Soviet Union out, or help Germany out with the Soviet Union. So with that, I might do that. But that's at best a might. And I do sort of kind of think it would be a bit more history. Japan, right in and around 38, a little before now, I mean, sort of mid 38. Japan did sort of attack. We've talked about this before. Japan was constantly pushing on its borders. And, even a little bit before the Mukden incident. Mukden incident is the basic thing that kicks off taking of Manchuria. There was a little bit of pushing around, I do believe, on its borders with China there. You get the Mukden incident and you get this. And so things go pretty well for Japan. So all along, particularly this border here, there's constant activity, military clashes. Partially, I do truly partially believe, is that there isn't like a clear, here is the border. Somebody put a wall up, build the wall. But, or a fence or border markers that you could drive along, walk along, whatever. And not even necessarily as a barrier to crossing, but just simply as this is where the border is. And since this is in the day before GPS, yes kids, they used to have times before GPS, your navigation over land and rolling Mongolian hills and or forests or whatever, you very well could easily be pushing into what other people think is their territory. Even if both sides aren't trying to push into or claim more territory than what is sort of kind of settled, they very well just may think they think they're over here when they're really over here, and these guys think they're over here and they're really over here, and there's a border clash. Some of that, but I also know from some of the stuff that I've read that there was a policy of pushing on the borders. As obviously we have Beijing here, that's sort of how this gets started. A lot of it's being done by Manchukuo troops, Japanese led to some degree at least, and this is also going along the Soviet border as well. Now some of this stuff may be fairly, well, it's the river, well, these are, fairly well defined in many places, but I think somewhere around here there's a battle over a mountain, and the Soviets are coming out ahead, so the Japanese sort of the Japanese government asked the ambassador in Moscow, the Japanese ambassador there, to see if they can negotiate an end to it. So Japan, and they also clashed up here earlier, I think it was, or maybe later, I don't remember, sorry. So there were these ongoing clashes between them, and although I have seen, a picture which I don't think is even, early 20th century photoshopped, or whatever you want to call it, altered, in which there are 2 BT series tanks in the frame, and one of them at least, is covered with Japanese troops doing the bonsai thing on top of it. Yay, we've knocked these tanks out. But mostly the Japanese didn't do that well in these battles. So this sort of pushed Japan's military south, initially south, just into China. And then it was more the army pushing the navy, but the army, of course, supplies lots and lots of troops to come down into this part south. But we have a long history of Japan's intervention with Russia, and I'm sort of changing from the Soviets to Russia here. Of course, we have, the Russo-Japanese War ending in, 1905 or whatever, in which they get Port Arthur. This is Port Arthur. And are trying to get Vladivostok, but never do. But they then, towards the end of World War I, Japan, along with, I believe the U.S. goes into Vladivostok too, I think, but Japan definitely goes into Vladivostok as a occupation force to dealing with or protecting against communist takeover in that area. Yes, eventually they withdraw, and that is done to one degree or another under positive international sanction, not as Japan being, we get to gobble up another region. But I am sure that had things somehow turned out differently with the Russian Revolution, Japan might have decided to stay. I don't know exactly what that would have had to look like, but I could see them wanting to do it. So there's this long history of wanting to push into at least this region. No one, even the greatest Japanese ultra super nationalist type people, is even dreaming of putting troops into Moscow or anything, let alone trying to hold it. They're not even thinking that. They're thinking of, I don't know how far west, and I'm sure as you gobble up, as we see with historically, as conquerors gobble up more and more territory, they get more and more ambitious. But still, this part of the map is definitely way outsized because just the projection of the stuff. But still, if you get down in here, it is fairly accurate for the distance. Though again, up here it's getting a bit much. So getting past Lake Baikal, for various terrain features and other things, I think that's unlikely. And it's not necessarily that this is so hard of terrain to cross, in that it's sort of a lot of flat open plains. We have the mud season and whatnot. It just infrastructurally just becomes atrocious. So yeah. Okay. Twin engine Bombay has, that would be over here. Okay, we will stop that. I think we've shifted a lot of leadership. Okay, yeah, we're not going to add another one right now. Okay, now these guys, I don't really have an appropriate headquarters for them. I'm sure I could find one. So I'm building one. It'll take a little while, but we're doing well enough. I think we can wait on it because I want to do this guy as a headquarters and these Veteran Division HQs as headquarters for these in here. This is going to be fairly elite armored division here. It has a regular armored regiment, not a light or infantry tank unit, though it isn't terribly fast, so I put a semi-motorized infantry regiment paired with it, but that light infantry regiment seems to have about the same rough speed, so with armored cars, artillery, and motor transport. Now here, light transports, but with a fair amount of support, and light trucks and armored cars with that. So these guys sort of kind of should have good headquarters. These guys also need headquarters. I think I've overestimated how many headquarters, so let's build a few more headquarters. Units. Wanted to have several units use those veteran headquarters, but yeah, that'll be good. Transport. Oh, yeah. No, we wanted us on this front, and not so much here, because we got a lot of forces coming here. And although we're going to move those down to the other place, down here as well. Okay, we have these guys, and another headquarters, so we'll give them to them, and they get to move to here. Okay, well, now that you're down here, you get to come here. Okay, you guys come down here and lend your bombardment skills to that part of the operation. Okay. They're all attacking. Gonna try to go after Chungking without attacking directly across the rivers. I don't know if that will be successful or not, but that's at least my sort of... Okay, you're sort of moving closer, maybe close enough. Well, let's see what the terrain is. Everything's mountains in here. Yeah, just go and push in there. See, we have lots and lots of supplies. Well, let's lower this down. I was asked recently about, and even a couple episodes ago, I was way overproducing supplies. Quite honestly, part of the reason is why I'm doing it is I'm just making a show here, and I'm not paying as much attention as I probably should be to things because of trying to keep everything flowing and that kind of thing. Supply of transportation, very good. And we'll just stop that for the moment. Yeah. This along here about everything seems to be mountains of one sort or another. So these guys aren't going to necessarily do badly, but they won't be at their best. Yeah, maybe I should concentrate straight into chunking, but I do think, feel, whatever, that I need to put pressure on these other units, or I'll just simply concentrate there. Now I have moved some of these units further forward. They're still not very well organized yet. Okay, that looks reasonably well organized. Yeah, that's an important one, so we'll ground attack there. International press can complain now about bombing Chinese cities. Rightly so, but these won't get that far. Can they attack into there? Yes. Okay, ground attack. I should also put in convoy into there. Okay, create a supply convoy. We'll go straight out of Tokyo for here. Gozu, I believe that will be the right place. Yes, now we're going right into there. Supply there directly. Okay, and I also shift air down here. There we go. Let them bombard there. Or bomb or whatever. Oh good, we're gonna get Chengdu. Now, you come that way. General Winter, alright. Okay, good. Yeah, we want good Saudi relationship. So buying some fuel from them may help that. Okay, now that they're gonna be there, we're gonna move you across the river to join the push outside of there. Taiwan Strait effect happened to us. Great, and I can see, especially the supply throughput, being more effectively able to move supplies through here. Research efficiency, yeah, I guess, but you know, I'm willing to take that as a benefit here, but I just don't see that maybe as much as other things. But hey, okay, we still have more research capacity. As you can see, we're looking heavily at air. I've got these guys building. I want to build more, but let's first look over here at... Okay, these are all 41 techs. Okay, so we're doing pretty good with the technical developments of our carriers. So let's add a CV and a CVL. Oh, we gotta start the production, yes. And a CVL. That will make sure that we have... You get those a bit more focused on. That we'll have Zuikaku and the Chiyoda. And Germany, money, oh no, not that much. If you'd given us a nice small little amount, I would have gone with it. Squeezing off their coastal pocket here. Sweden, yeah, no. And good. Let's send you to there. You guys up to there. And close air support ground crew has improved. Very good. Okay, now we actually have some free research slots available. We'll do nav tactics. I think that'll be a good option. Okay, well, they made it into there, so you guys can move forward. You're sort of wrecked, but let's see you getting to go forward too, to see if you get overrun any of them. Do what the cavalry are meant to do. Overrunning their enemies after the battle. Okay. Infantry with tank support. You attack up into here, I think. Our blueprints are stolen. How lovely. Hopefully it was by a friend. Like Germany or somebody. Yeah, once you get better organized, we'll get you pushing onto somebody. Ah, okay. Yeah, we'll go after Chungking because it is not necessarily the complete victory over, nationalist China, but it'll push a lot closer towards it. That's for sure. Okay, you're supporting that attack. You're here now. Yeah, support them. You got these elite light infantry as part of your Marines. Oh, okay, what is that? Deep battle doctrine advance. Very good. Yeah, we want to stop at that for sure. Almost done with 38 as a year. But we'll go over here, Grand Battle Plan. That'll definitely be a help. Oh, okay, I guess they were counterattacking us here. Chengdu or whatever. Okay, yeah. Just more cannon fodder, but we can sort of kind of use it. I know it's across the river into the mountains. Well, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos, if you would. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And of course, I love hearing from you, so please post questions, comments, suggestions, corrections. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.